Welcome back to the Mid-Year YouTube channel. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how I spliced the floor back together in the field fine split, as well as put my floor mold to the test and repaired this tunnel. So be sure to stick around. So the split's back in its corner here, and I did some rearranging for like the 60th time and put all these doors up in the attic so I can actually walk back here. That's nice. But now it's time to do some floor work. So I'm going to take all this stuff out so I can put the good one in here, and that will tell me where, this floor needs to live. I can drill some holes, put some screws in it to make sure that I have it locked down, and I can go and trim this back, and then work on grinding all this back to get our patch in here so that way we have a solid floor. Once I do that, then I'll go ahead and glue this rocker cover on, and then I need to also patch the floor. So in a previous video, I made this mold from another floor pan. So I'm going to cover this in foil tape, put this under the floor. It'll come up through this hole, and then I will grind all this floor back, the whole way around. It's going to be a big patch. I'll go in here, fill this area in, fill this area in. Same on the other side. So I tapered the fiberglass out just like you would any repair. So I did about 3 inches back from, the seam. But then I thought that may just leave a little hump right here that I have to kind of blend. So I'm just going to go back from this line down to this line. So I have my probably 2 or 3 layers of fiberglass right here. And then I'll put 2 more big ones. So I'll start off kind of small, work my way bigger, and then I'll have 2 big layers that go from here to here to span this. That way it's nice and strong. I have my fiberglass rocker in here just to make sure everything lines up nice. And then I covered my floor mold in foil tape, and then I actually pop riveted it in place just so it's nice and strong and it holds a nice tight contour. So I have my patches for the tunnel made, and I spliced the floor together. This transition turned out really nice. Everything is super solid. Once the rocker's in, there won't be this flex, but you can see in the center of the car it is really strong. Then I went and hand laid the center floor patch and then this back area, because this back area had a lot of different cracks in it. So now it's nice and strong. And fun game is, since I have this infrared thermometer, is just to see how it's curing. So you can see the chemical reaction is going on. I think once I got almost 200 in one of these areas. This one I just finished laying up, so it shouldn't be going off yet.
Well, I left Kentucky back in '49 and went to Detroit working on an assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was long and black.
So now I got the Field Fine Split off of my frame jig.
Be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car with at least 100 grand. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'd know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'm the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and with help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. I've never considered myself a thief, but GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. The first day I got me a fuel pump, and the next day I got me...
So I'm really happy with the way the floor turned out. It's super solid. You definitely can climb in here. The tunnel patch came out really nice. Went and kind of sculpted everything with some 60. That way that the insulation and everything will stick to the floor better, and you can actually tell what it is. I'm really happy with the way this rocker turned out. It's nice and solid. Had to make that little custom piece here and blended together a couple different pieces with fiberglass, and it turned out really nice, really strong. And you know, the outside, this is the only part you'll really see when you open the door, is that part is super nice and original. So that's why I went and repaired this one. If you don't have a rocker, the brand new one from Stinger worked perfectly. I still had to make a couple little cuts in the front to get it to conform to the firewall and rear clip a little better, but I'm really happy with that one. So if you don't have a rocker, that's a great alternative. If you do have one and you can repair it, I also recommend doing that. There's really no wrong answer in this case because they're both going to turn out great. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a couple more videos coming out on the Field Fine Split. There'll be a couple more coming out on this yellow 67 Vet. And then there'll be a lot of videos coming out on that car, which you'll see very soon. So I got a lot of work to do. I'll catch you guys later.